What's up, guys? It's Captain Rise Production 72, and I'm here with another classic review, third week in a row. And I can't believe how old this set is now, but this set is from 2009. It's Anakins Y-Wing Starfighter, based off Season 1 of Star Wars The Clone Wars, and it's set number 8037. This is a really cool set, and this is what some of the coolest things that we used to get back in the day. Till now, I don't feel like it would be this cool if we got it now. I mean, the amount of parts in this, this set, because I only picked up for a reasonable price, 120, but like the figures in this, and annoyingly you will see in mine that my R2 is a misprint. It's the only misprinted figure I've ever gotten, and I have a lot of Lego. So I mean, I'll consider myself grateful there, but so this is a really cool set. It's one that I've considered since getting mine in October. I bought mine at a Comic-Con. I sadly don't have a box, but I've got the instruction manual. We'll see what the box would have looked like, but this is one of those sets that getting it without the minifigures would not be a detriment. You could guess, I would have a couple of these. In fact, I am considering it. But this set is so cool, got some nice features, and it doesn't feel like anything's missed. Like, yeah, maybe I would have preferred some clone pilots rather than Anakin and Ahsoka, because, I mean, this is 2009. The previous year, these exact figures were in so many sets. In fact, Ahsoka was in a couple of the sets this year as well. So, people do complain back in the day that Anakin and Ahsoka were everyone. That's a fair point. So let's get started with those minifigures and then jump into that amazing set. So here's a minifigure that a lot of you will be familiar with. And what if I was to tell you this figure is now 17 years old? Ouch. But it's the classic Clone Wars style Anakin. Some people love the animated looking minifigures, some don't, and in this shot you can definitely see R2's misprint, but you didn't get any leg printing, there's no double-sided head, it's what you see is what you get, and it's a cool minifigure. It very accurately represents Anakin from the first season of Star Wars The Clone Wars quite well. Get the focus there, but he was in the Twilight, the ATTE, his own Starfighter. The first year this minifigure came out, he was in 3 sets alone. He was in the 2010 Clone Turbo Tank, the Malevolence. Like, this figure was in quite a few sets. And maybe that's why I don't like him in this set so much. And the same really goes for the Ahsoka. But it's a pretty cool minifigure. Let's look at Ahsoka. And, well, here we have Ahsoka. So, she was also in a lot of those sets. I need to stop bringing that up. It's a cool minifigure. And I always found it weird that there was no, obviously there's no back printing. But, her top only covers the front. So it's a weird looking print. But no double-sided head, but I think out of all the Clone Wars characters, Ahsoka was one of the ones that appeared to look better. But I don't know. Green lightsaber, got that nice headpiece. There's a little hole in the top if you want to attach a tiara or something. But yeah, pretty damn cool minifigure. Not too much else to say. But yeah, let's move on to R2-D2. So my opinion, and unfortunately, as you can see, mine has a shifted print. The coolest figure in this set was the R2-D2. Always has been for me. I mean, yeah, if you didn't own any of the other sets Anakin and Ahsoka were in from this era, then it's a good inclusion. But again, the R2-D2 is cool, but I would have still swapped him out for a different kind of Clone Wars style, just generic astromech and some of those retro pilots. And when I say retro pilots, I mean these guys. But yeah, it's a really nice looking R2-D2. I will, as you may have seen this minifigure in the Collecting Every Clone Wars series, and yes, because to drop that Clone Pilot, I'm planning to replace mine eventually, but it's a nice looking minifigure. He definitely he captures the animated look so well on this figure. Absolutely love it. Brilliant. But, like I said, I mean, I've been collecting Lego basically for the last, since 2008-9, so, I mean, the fact that this is the first misprint, I'm happy with that. But let's jump into this amazing set. So as you can see, the set itself is of a good size. I mean, look, there's a figure next to it. I didn't own this. I had this set originally as a kid, and it was one of those ones I forgot how big it was until I got it back recently as an adult. And, it's a good size, best place to pick it up right here. It's got a good shakeability to it. It's quite swooshable, which I do like. It's a well-built set. And, it's not got that many stickers in it. I can literally think of 2 stickers in this entire set. I mean, there doesn't have to be a whole bunch of detail, but literally the 2 stickers that you will find in this set are these little red Republic logos. And they're on this side and on that side. feel like a modern version would make this a sticker because, you know, they had to go change the cockpit. They had to go out their way to give it yellow rather than white, and it turns out quite well. And I always find it hilarious, and I can't unsay it. So that's literally a Lego City bonnet, or if you're in America, hood / roof piece. But let's start off with the cockpit. So the cockpit is pretty good. Yellow control panel is like the kind of standard one at the time. You do get a place to put the lightsabers as well, so I'll show that in a minute. We do get this little bubble cockpit, which you're just meant to take off, which Ahsoka goes in. That's something the Rebel versions actually don't have. And of course, that did fall off. We got the astromech socket for R2. So we're gonna put the minifigures in. So it's simple enough. Let me show you. So up the back right here, we have this little bit. So you put your finger in there and just pull up, and there's a little slot. You can just nothing too fancy, but you can throw the lightsabers in there, which is good. That's where I've actually been keeping them. I was about to pull the set off the shelf to review it, and I've got multiple of these Anakin and Ahsokas. I didn't realise there was Anakin and Ahsoka and the lightsabers were actually in the set. I forgot. But you put the lightsabers in, you don't need to take them apart or anything, which is good. And you just close it up, and it's quite well concealed. So let's get the figures in that cockpit. So doing that with Anakin, simple. It's basically an X-Wing piece from back in the day. And I just love that Lego did give that effort to make it yellow. You know, it's small things like that I miss on modern day Lego sets. That just that little extra bit of attention. But, you know, we could put Anakin in there like so. And close them all up. He's in there. Let's get Ahsoka. And now when we put R2-D2 in, a fun feature is going to get revealed, and this feature can be slightly annoying. But the little bubble, you can take that off, but that's not any way to do it. You actually have to take the whole bit off, which, you know, like I said, it's probably the best way to do it. And you put Ahsoka in like so, and, you know, it works quite well, because everyone, she's got those head tails. But got the minifigures in there, so we slide it along. You can see there's a little Technic pin in R2's slot. So there is a slight issue with him having that. It's meant to go in the rear. It's meant to hold him in, but also fire off a missile. So I'm going to quickly show you where the missile is, because I guarantee R2 will shoot this off. So if I lift it up like this, you can see it's one of those big old rubber missiles that pack a proper punch. You can see the Technic system for it underneath. This set even looks good underneath, to be fair. We'll put R2 in. So you can raise, my best solution is you raise these guns. We have to be careful doing it, or that will pop off. Right, can we get them in there without setting off the Technic? Let's see, is it possible? Nope. This is that rubber missile, but I will shoot it off again. So we'll reload it. Right, push down at R2. You pull R2-D2 back, but it's quite easy to trigger. So I'll show it one more time. You put your thumb in R2, pull them back, and again, that's the missile you get. I can't remember the last time those were on a Lego set. I can only think of two that I own with this, and it's the Y-Wing and it's the Geonosis. It's that may pop off from time to time. It's the proton cannon for Battle for Geonosis from 2011. But let's get onto some of the details, because this thing is detailed. And like I said, very swooshable, very movable. So coming up to the back here, you've got these really nice engines, and it just fits the vibe of the show perfectly. You've got all these little extra bits. They don't really attach to these side engines, but these little bits that go down just add more detail. These bits here, you build them 8 times, and, you know, they're quite good. You know, wiggle them around, those ain't coming off. There's nothing really on this set to break. You know, you've got these cannons at the front. You have to pull them off, but, you know, you're not going to twist them off or anything. It's well built. It's a very sturdy model. Again, I'll let you see the underneath. But this is one of the most well built models. I don't own any of the other Y-Wings, which this is the only Republic one we got. I did own some of the Rebel ones as a kid, but I can't really remember that far back. But this is I don't know if they're as well built as this one, but really well done. Like, a little bit of shaking from the engines, but overall pretty cool, and it looks amazingly accurate to the show. Let's look at the instructions. So, like I said, no box, but gives you a very good idea on what this box would have looked like. Obviously, it had the minifigure stuff, but you can see Christopsis there in the background. Christopsis was generally where a lot of the set's box arts were. You know, the Republic Attack Shuttle from that year, the AAT had it. In fact, even the a lot of the ads as well. The Venator, Droid Trifighter, AAT Republic Dropship, all those adverts, like Lego ads, were set on Christopsis. But this one, you turn it around, and we'll get to that page soon, but, you know, just a general kind of building steps, all that kind of thing. But it's a really nice, enjoyable build, this set, and it's one of those few sets where I would go, I don't really army build vehicles, I army build minifigures, but this is one of those ones where I'd be like, yeah, I'd buy another one. This set's like a 9 out of 10 for me. The only thing like I said, not a fan of is the figures. But, you know, you've got all your little features that I showed you, and we've got a little bit of nostalgia here, because I own 3 of the sets you see in this image. I've got 2 of the Corporate Alliance tank droids, I've got the Hoth one, and I've got the Battle of Endor, which could be an upcoming review. There's no page after that, but that is pretty cool, just that lineup. You know, back home you used to get, well, I mean, 3 out of those 5 sets were Clone Wars sets. Let's go to the outro. So, 16 years, and wow, I feel old. 16 years later, is this a worthwhile set for buying? Well, yeah, it doesn't matter how you look at it. I mean, if you're not a Clone Wars fan, then maybe don't go for this one, but as an army builder, you would like this set. It works well for that. If you're a completionist collector, definitely. But it's a really cool set. Like I said, 9 out of 10, because those figures, I would have just, I would have rathered clones. I know I've said that a lot, but clone troopers, pilots would have been great. Like, and if you had to include another Jedi, you could have went loads of different ways with it. But Anakin and Ahsoka were just in so many sets. It's like, there were, like I said, I've got quite a few of those variants. I can see a lot of sets on my shelves right now that would have included those figures. But anyway, 9 out of 10, brilliant set all these years later. I'm not sure what I've got coming out next week, but I will see you guys very soon. Thank you very much for watching.